What does Yogi Bhajan say about pain and the physical body? Like, what I mean by that is, does pain always signify something bad, or can our body be talking to us through pain and trying to tell us something?
Romano, you want to answer that?
I don't recall him ever talking about physical pain, but I'm sure he did at some point.
Didn't either. But I think if you do a search for him and talk about pain, you might be able to find something.
Okay.
But I wanted to tell Shekinah that Yogi Bhajan had women's camp every summer, because you had asked about his women's teaching. And they had a women's camp every summer after the solstice, and he would teach himself every day at women's camp. And those lectures are most likely available through KRI if you're still interested in the women's teachings.
What is KRI?
Kundalini Research Institute.
Awesome. Thank you.
You can ask them, and you can ask 3HO for Yogi Bhajan's teachings on women.
Okay.
And they'll hook you up.
I can show you more books that we have here that are stored in a special.
Bruno, what do you want to talk about?
Cool. Yay. Thank you. I like the paper form the best.
I don't have a subject to talk about right now. Thank you.
All right, Rashida, would you like to read us what Shiva has to talk about?
First, I'd like to read something a little longer that I posted in the Heart Drops thread.
Oh, good.
And the Heaven thread, it came from our study group tonight, which is a beautiful summation on the purpose of the world.
Work. I can't even lay down. Turn it. I can make it. I'm just turning it over to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm loving Clint's new look. He looks more business.
That one's cool. Alexa, where's that on?
You all can read along with me either in the Heart Drops thread or the Heaven thread. It's really a beautiful summation of what we're doing here. Please remember this important fact. Everything in the universe, sentient and insentient, objects, people, plants, animals, the mind substance, everything is composed of different combinations of the 3 subatomic particles and the 3 qualities which they represent. Electrons, which represent illuminative, understanding, balance, and happiness. Protons, which represent passionate excitement, movement, and suffering. And neutrons, which represent dark ignorance, stillness, and dullness. These 3 building blocks of nature then gather together in different combinations to form the 5 natural elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth, which in turn compose the physical matter of the universe. From the subtle mind substance, which carries the recorded events of each life and is a part of the subtle body that accompanies the soul from birth to birth, to the most gross level of physical objects, such as rocks. All third-dimensional experience takes place through the interaction of the senses with sensory objects, both of which are composed of neutrons, protons, and electrons. The purpose of the universe is to provide the conscious seer with sensory experiences, so that by analyzing the results of both pleasure and pain, You, the conscious seer, will eventually discover that you are eternal and that you are not your body and mind. Thus, through discriminating between your own consciousness and your body and mind, you discover that divine love and bliss is within your true self and become free from being bound to matter. This is the purpose of the world.
Woohoo!
And this is a interpretation of the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali by a woman named Swami Savitri Priya, who was a student of Muktananda's. And she wrote The Psychology of Mystical Awakening, giving commentary on Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And this particular one, I think, was number 18 in the second chapter, if I remember right.
When you
That
said
is
you could read that,
Fascinating.
when you said we could read that, where could we read it, babe?
I can send you a PDF document. It's not published anymore.
Thank you.
All right. And then you ready for Shiva Sutra? Shiva's lesson.
Shekana,
Yes.
did you get my text that I gave you this afternoon?
I haven't checked my phone in a few hours, so if I did, I haven't read it yet. Do you want to talk about it right now? Or you
No,
want me to respond later?
I would like for you to call me when you can,
Okay,
when this is over, maybe.
sounds good.
Thank you.
I got to look up the word.
Shekina,
Yes.
have you been practicing with the Vajrasattva painting?
We have not. So we will open it up and we'll start practicing with it.
Oh, you haven't opened it yet. Okay.
We've had a lot of moving parts in this house the last few days, so
I
we'll
understand.
get to the painting. And I'm excited to practice with it. Thank you so much for sending it to us.
I'm so grateful.
Well, why are we looking at your side of your face?
Because I've got one ear on the Donald and one ear on the bee beds.
Ah,
That's
okay,
a very serious issue.
good. Yes.
Shiva's lesson. Number 40. Consider the plenum to be your own body of bliss. And plenum is all space. Consider the plenum to be your own body of bliss.
Yes, love it.
It's expansive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just put it right out there. Okay, Clint.
Those are really expansive. Like, I keep returning to some of them. So subtle.
Probably the only vacation he's had in about, maybe ever. Spent about 10 years in his life, very far away. I won't tell you where, but very, very far away. Beautiful place. And
Got to do the honors.
Computer, turn off.